turn it off at the end because any lengthy questions or that are more personal, I'll save to the end. And to preserve your privacy, I'll save all that to the end, so I will not record. Plus, it's the benefit of you being here. And if you want to ask questions regarding what I'm covering or anything else, just because you're excited to have a Googler in front of you, not to worry, feel free to ask then. It's the benefit of you being here in person. Now, do know that I do want you to ask questions during the session because I do customize everything. So especially if it's pertaining to what we're talking about, that's great. But if it's long, like I said, if it's more than a sentence I have to read, that's a long time to read that, and it could be a longer time to answer it. I'll save that to the end, okay? Plus, I might need more details. So today we're going to be talking about how you can sell online with e-commerce tools. Of course, if you're tweeting or posting, use this hashtag right here at the center of your screen, hashtag grow with Google. It will let all of your friends, your connections know you're leveling up your skills, but it also lets the Google team know that this matters to you. And I love that. That is one of the reasons I love the fact that I'm housed in rural West Texas, because this is Main Street America. Not everybody has high fiber, not everybody has all the access to different devices, and some of us are juggling everything to be able to take care of business. And I love that I come with that background and I get to be side by side with people who are also experiencing and working and building their business in that same environment. All right, so do know that today we're going to be talking about selling online with e-commerce tools, and I do have 14 plus years in international e-commerce. So let's get into it. If you need to hit me up on socials, or if you want to tweet or post, use that hashtag. But this is my Twitter handle right here. I'm very active there, as well as my Instagram handle, and I'm happy to retweet or repost or share you in my stories, all right? Because I'd love you to get more visibility. All right, today we're talking about how we can sell online. How many of you already have a store online? Let me know in the question box. That'll give me an idea of where you're at as far as, are you just considering this, or do you have one that you've already had for a while? Let me know. We'll also talk about how you can showcase your products. Now, understand that everything that I'm talking about today is 100% free. Now, I will tell you about some things where it's just a trial that you have to it, but that isn't even that's just so minor compared to everything that you're going to be getting free today that is free with a personal free Gmail account or a free personal Google account. So you don't have to change your email to Gmail. You can just get a free Google account at google.com/accounts. ACCOUNTS, so that's plural, but you can get that free there and still have access to this. So you don't have to have a workspace account, the paid account. This is all 100% free with a free personal Gmail or free Google account, okay? So let's say we see some people considering, hey from Lubbock, Jesse. Know Lubbock very well, it's my alma mater up there. All right, so considering a lot of people considering in the process, oh, this is awesome. Yes, Wix is a great tool. They call that tool, like Wix, Squarespace, Shopify, WordPress, is known as a CMS, content management system. It's how we can take all of our content and put it online. So you're going to hear me talk about CMS. That's what I mean. Wix is a CMS. So you're all good to go there. Considering you have a Shopify account, Jody, you're in the right place. I actually manage 26 different Shopify stores across the world. So I can answer some questions if you need any help with that and help you optimize that here as we go through what we're talking about with selling online. We're also going to talk about Google Merchant Center, what you can use in there for free, because a lot of people think it's just for the paid Google shopping ads, and it has that part, but there's so many free components to it that you need to maximize that, all right? And then we will talk about selling online with Shopify, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, and understand that everything that I talk about there, you could apply to any CMS. Remember, that's content management system. And then of course, I finish up with free recap and resources. All right, we've got a lot to cover. Let's dive in, everyone. So why sell online? I just want to make sure I was recording too. Well, if you're considering it, it's because people go here when they want to know, go, do, or buy. They go to a mobile device first. In fact, I tell people, if you only have a limited amount of time and funds and resources, build for mobile first, desktop and laptop second, because 74% of us go here first when we want to know, go, do, or buy. It's our little mini computer in our purse or bag or pocket, but we are going there first. And it's important that we build for that mobile experience, and that is not going away. People even locally go online here to find out if somebody has inventory. Are you carrying that brand? Do you have local delivery? So my father is 86 years old. I will tell you, it's not generational. He's 86. When he had his favorite chair break, what he did is he went first to his phone. He Googled to see who had that brand locally. He read their online reviews and who had local delivery, and that's who he bought from. He never did anything else, and he's 86 years old. He's not digitally savvy, but he is definitely in line with the way people shop now. It does drive in-store visits, so it's not just online in-store. People are looking here, and if you don't exist online, if they can't find you, they consider that you shut down in 2020, you're no longer in business, or you're not the best at what you do, because only the best show up in search. All right, so just know that people want to look even for local things and what they can pick up online and really help make it easy for them to buy from you by having that information. So as we look at this, people look all the time online. Perfect, perfect, I see. Thank you everybody for finding that question box. It's really important. So what I'm going to show you is how Google can show your product using a free account, a free personal Gmail and a free Google or a free Google account, one or the other, and how you can use this for free in Google Merchant Center. So the first is Google Business Profile. How many of you show of ones in the question box? So just type the number 1 if you have a Google Business Profile, because this is filled with great Google juice, which is known as search engine optimization. We need to have good search engine optimization, because if the search engine can't see us, it cannot deliver us in results, right? So if we're not visible, we don't exist, people can't do business with us. All right, so some people have a good Google Business Profile. Wonderful, wonderful, you have that. I'd love to know, just let me know if you're posting every 5 days to your Google Business Profile, and you can post whatever you post in social, post it there, because not everybody's on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. Some people refuse, but they do go. 98% of the world goes to Google first when they are looking for information. So do you post every 5 days? And are you using the free website in your Google Business Profile, like a landing page? Because landing pages normally cost anywhere from $450 to $750 a month. And here's one 100% free, filled with Google juice, good SEO, and it gives you some good local marketing too. So, okay, let me know, Jose, if you want to learn how to do that, because get with the Google partners I listed at the beginning, and let them know that you want me to come back to talk about how to do that, because I can talk about that. We're also going to talk about Google Shopping tab, how we can showcase your product there. Shopping ads, now that's the paid, and I don't encourage any pay until you use and totally maximize all the free stuff. I'm a bootstrap marketer, and that is so key, because I know cash flow is king, and you will run out of money before you start seeing the benefits if you start spending a lot in your business first. So let's use what's free and get some low-hanging fruit to help us fund our business. So we'll look at Google Lens also. How many of you are using Google Lens? Put number 1 there if you are using Google Lens. Google Images, and then of course the big dog in the house is Google Search, because that's where people go. And understand in Google Search that the search results not just show what's in search, but it also shows the search results of YouTube, which is very important, because we know 2020 TikTok came to the front. We were all doing dances and challenges and everything, and people are very video based. In fact, that's where Instagram has actually gone to as well. All right, so I see some people here have used, okay, Google Lens. Well, one person has. Anybody else? Love to know. All right, so the business profile, you heard me talk about that a moment ago. I'm just going to touch some of the high points, because we have a full session on that. But what that does, it gives you a chance to actually have some good visual real estate. You know, you heard a lot of times when you were talking about your actual shop or retail location or in-person location, you'll hear people say location, location, location matters. I told you my husband's with HEB. There's a reason when we came here 20-something years ago that they chose the HEB, the very first HEB in the West Texas area was in Midland on Wadley Street, and the reason they chose it is because of traffic count. Location, location, location. They understood the importance of visibility, so people knew the store was there. Well, it's the same thing online now. If you don't have online visibility, you don't have location, 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 and you need that. See that good visual real estate on that right-hand side here as we're looking at a desktop or laptop, how you can see that for free. So a business profile is 100% for free. You may know it as Google My Business GMB or Google Listing. That's what it was formerly known. Before January 2022, it is now Google Business Profile. And you have total control of your information found on search and maps by claiming your business profile. And yes, home-based businesses, you too, or businesses via appointment, you too can have a business profile. I can teach you how to do that. But you'll see how you can dominate that really page of search. And it's important because when you think about it, people only search and go as far as one Google search page. So every Google search page gives you 10 organic search results. You'll see ads at the very top, and then you have 10 organic search results. They are not bought, they are earned. And the only way you will show up is if you're relevant. So that's the first part of Google's algorithm, is how relevant are you to what somebody's typing in. You have to match word for word what they're typing in. That's why it's important to know keywords and key phrases. Okay, so as we look at this, you have to show up in the first page. If you don't, unless you owe somebody money, they're not going to look at page 2 or 3. In fact, there's a running joke in Google: where do you hide a dead body? On page 2 of Google, because nobody looks there. So in order for you to even be seen and visible as somebody to do business with, you have to show up in the first page of search. And if you can dominate that, then you can show that you're the expert. If every search result is about you, man, that's awesome. And I don't know about you, but a lot of people look at Google Business Profile and they wonder, should I do it? I have a website already. I say yes, yes, yes. In the race for visibility, I would rather have more horses in the race. It gives me better stats to get and earn that customer's business. So you can showcase your products there. You can upload your products there. How many of you who have a Google Business Profile have actually put your products there? Okay, just let me know in the question box if you ever have. I'd love to know, because it's another great way to be seen. And remember what I said, if you have a free Gmail account, you're golden. You can get to all this by just getting this set up. If you don't, you can go to accounts.google.com/signup if you want to take a screenshot of that square, because the slides are going to show up to you tomorrow, 24 hours from now, along with a recording if you've commented in the question box. Okay, that's the only way you get it. So you can do this, sign up for a free account, and once you do that, now you have all these free tools available to you. And you have to think about that. 98% of people go to Google first. And the reason they come to Google first is because Google's got information that they're looking for. And the only way Google has information is if you, the business person, puts that in, because now we know it's correct. It's you putting your stuff in. I added some items, but I don't have the hang of using Google, so I feel discouraged and quit. Oh, continue on. And I'm happy to encourage you through our free marketing community. I'll send you a link to that at the end when the slides come. Since you commented here, Krista, I'm happy to do that for you. So as you add products in your profile, all you need to do is get a photo of your products. Now, for those of you that are service-based businesses, think about how you can picture your service. I was working with a local bookkeeper, and what she did is she took pictures of receipts laying everywhere, paper, shoe boxes, and then just a happy, happy customer right there, all within the same graphic, showing that I take this mess, your ugly shoe boxes of receipts, or that bag or that pile you have, and I make it into this, just something nice and easy to look at profit and loss for a business owner. You can also add a category. You can also add all of these by option, the price range, information, and even a buy or order online now button. So all of that is available to you for free, 100% for free. Now your products will actually appear in search, which is what you want to do, because if you don't show up in search, you don't exist, and then people can't do business with you. So you can do this in a product post and also the product area of your Google Business Profile. That is free for you, and just take advantage of that by uploading your photos and then describing what it is that people would use that actual product for and how you serve them. Make sense? All right, so now how you can showcase your product in Google Merchant Center without you having to pay for shopping ads, because a lot of times when I say Merchant Center, people think shopping ads. I'm not here to sell ads. Do not pay for any promotions till you get this right, because if you don't get this right and fully optimize what's free, then all you're doing is going out there and hoping that everything's aligned, and you are promoting things and just promoting chaos. That doesn't make any sense. Cash flow is king for us. We have to make sure that if every dollar and every minute that we spend, because I know socials seem free, but we spend time on it, but every dollar and every minute we spend, if it's not lifting the bottom line or getting us closer to the goal, then why are we doing it? Right? So as we look at Google Merchant Center, you will see this is a place where you can showcase your product and your services. So let's see where you can actually showcase that. Well, number one is in search results. Remember what I said, the first page of Google is where you have to show up or you don't exist. So if we look here at what's depicted in this graphic, we see at the very top, those are Google shopping ads. That's paid. We're not going to talk about that. But after that, there are 10 organic search results, and you must show up there or you don't exist. But what's also important is if you use Google Merchant Center, you'll show up in Google's shopping tab. I know a lot of people, just like when they go on Amazon, they're just shopping around, right? It's Prime Day deals today, and I think Target just had their deal days. People love looking and shopping online. Well, wouldn't you like to show up? I mean, why should it just be the big boxes showing up? We as small businesses have the superpower that we in fact know our customers so well that we don't have to do a huge survey to figure out what it is that they need and what they're searching for. We don't have to do a big committee meeting to find out what our brand voice is and what makes us unique. We have that all at our fingertips and we can be nimble. So we have a great chance to compete with big boxes and the big corporations if we take advantage of everything free at our fingertips, which you have this. If you're using Google Merchant Center, now you can show up on Shopping tab, and a lot of people use this to price compare, right, on their mobile. Another place is in images. You know, we're a very, very visual society, and so we like to show up here. Now, let me give you an expert hint that a lot of people don't realize when they're uploading their images. I want you to think about context, right? You hear a lot of times that content is king and context is queen, but it's actually the reverse of that. Because content, while it's very important, if you don't let people know why, you know, what's happening here. Well, this is fennel, and you would use it for this, recipe, you would use it for this, you get this benefit from it. When you outline that and you connect the dots for people on how you help them, they see you as being somebody who could provide solution to them. If you can help them from making any costly mistakes, then they see you as a trusted advisor, which is a great place to be because people will not leave people they trust, and they won't look at them as a commodity because there's something of value you're getting there. And you can do that even in your images as you upload that by giving more context in the caption, description, or even the alt text. Now, alt text only has 100 characters, so you're going to have to use something like the description or caption to go a little bit further with that and give more description so you can match when people are searching. And I did see one person, the amazing Beatrice, also here in the Permian Basin with me, but she uses Google Lens. Anybody else here use Google Lens? So what Google Lens is it's most of the time now on a phone. It already is there, or you can get it for free on Google Play or the App Store. And what you do is you see something that you like and you take a picture of it. And once you do that, it will search for similar images and see who has that and who has that in inventory locally. Now, I love this because I was working with a very high-end photographer out of the Dallas area. And this high-end photographer did not believe that she should put her product on Google at all because it was very high-end, and she didn't want to, be able to. She wasn't going to compete, or I should say, with a photo album that you can buy in Walmart. She had like a whole newborn event and experience, an album and depiction, everything together, their frames, all of it. So it was very high-end. But I explained to her, I said, imagine that I'm at a baby shower, right? And my friend gets this amazing, album and everything where, they're going to book a time as soon as the baby's born. So it's all together there. It's a beautiful package because she had a beautiful gift package. You could give it a shower. And I said, I took a picture of it. Who do you want to show up when I'm searching on Google with that picture? You or your competitors? I said, all you need to do is show up there. After that, then if they have interest, you can even say what your price range is, they will reach out to you. But why are you already disqualifying them when they don't even know you exist, right? So this is something you can do with Google Lens. So yes, Brandy uses Google Lens too. Got 2 people in the room. Everybody else, this is new, brand new for you, let me know. So with shopping ads, yes, that's for paid. Now you can pay for the position to be up here and to be seen, and it is the first place that people see you when they go to Google search. But understand, shopping ads are not the only way. They're just all through the same Merchant Center, but you can use so much of Merchant Center for free. So how does it work? You create an account. You do that. It's going to be linked to your Google account, your free Gmail or free personal account. You upload your products, and now you show your products across Google. So I'll take you step by step. And remember, if you've commented in the question box by now, you'll get a copy of today's slides and the recording tomorrow in 24 hours. So first, we go to g.co/merchant center. Once we have a Google account, we go to g.co/merchant center. I'll get that out of the way if you want to take a screenshot, and we will create our account, right? So we create an account there. Once we do that, we'll put our business info. It's pretty self-explanatory. The important thing is to put your time zone here, because you heard me mention earlier, if you're not measuring, you're not marketing, $1 or 1 minute spent that's not lifting the bottom line or getting you closer to your goal is $1 1 minute spent too much. So knowing that, we need to know the exact times, because now we can make good business decisions when we know people are searching for us and what they're searching for. All of this is available through Google. Now we make a decision. Where can they check out once they found us? Could they check out on our site? Great. Can they check out on Google? By the way, this just rolled out this fall. It is rolling across all regions and should finish up by the end of the month, but you can check out directly on Google. So you don't even have to worry about having a different Merchant Center account or even having a CMS, a content management system. You could do that here, but all are better to have. A content management system means that you have a digital property and you control what's on your website. Understand, we've all been through that horrible experience or seen somebody go through the horrible experience of losing access to their Instagram account, their Facebook page, and it's not pretty when you try to connect with your customers if that's the only way that you can connect with them. So it's always good to have backup plans and to own your own digital property, which is your site. Or it could be at a local store. Let's say you have a local storefront, or that you feature your product at a local boutique. So they're carrying your product, you don't own the boutique, but they're carrying it, and they could go to that local store to check out and buy from you. You can feature all of that here within Google Merchant Center. Once you do that, now you can add additional info if you are using Shopify or another content management tool. So even though it's just showing Shopify here, there are other tools listed here. I'm just speaking for Google right now, and they partner with Shopify, so I'm not going to be talking about the others, but they're there. So you can click on the other ones, especially if there's an e-commerce component. Here's the big thing here. Check these off, because do know that it's really important that if you get an offer to beta test something and get to be first in line, to be visible, like when Google Lens first launched, if you didn't have this checked off, you weren't given that opportunity to be showcased in Lens first. Can you imagine all the people that got good visibility and really good search engine optimization from being the first in line? It's still something that is so highly underutilized, because as I told you, there's a full room here and only 2 people use Google Lens. So it's a wide open space for you to stand head and shoulders above your competitors by being there when they're not. So you can create an account. Once you do that, do know that when you do have a Merchant Center account, you can get an overview of how things are performing and see how well people are interacting. And I encourage you to do that, because it's important for us to be experts in our customers and to understand how they shop. It's also important for us to know whether or not everything's showing up well and healthy in front of the search engine, so that it could deliver us more in search. Now, one of the ways you can verify, because you do have to do that first, is verify your business, is if you have your own website, even if it's a content management system like Wix, Squarespace, WordPress, Shopify, you can connect Google Analytics for free. That's another free tool. And why I like to do that first before I go to Merchant Center is because Google Analytics will verify that you're the business owner, which means you own that domain. And once you go then to Google Merchant Center here, when you go to g.co/Merchant Center, it will recognize that Google Analytics is already connected, and it instantly verifies you. So I like that time savings instead of trying to have to put Tag Manager or to put some code on the site. But even better, it signals to Google that you are a real business and your information may be correct. The more tools that you connect together, I'm going to give you this as advanced search engine optimization practice, but you can actually connect your Google business profile, Google Analytics, Google Merchant Center, Google Ads, YouTube, because YouTube's owned by Google, Google Sites. When you connect all of these, those are all pings to Google's algorithm confirming that you're a real business and your information is checking out. It is consistent across all of these different Google platforms, which elevates you in search. And we've got to show up in the first page of search. So that's truly very important. So now you can look at your products. You can add your products either individually or multiple. So you can do one or the other. If you just have 1 to 10 products, you might want to just type that in. You've got 1,000 SKUs. So those are the identifiers of your business actual product. Then you may have to use a actual sheet to upload that and connect your feed. So again, that's your call, how you want to do that. Once you're putting this information in for an individual product, it's just that. You manually type it in. But if you are going to upload a lot of products together, then you can use your feed and also use a spreadsheet. Now, I don't know if you know this, but also with your free Google account or free Gmail account, you have access to Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. So Docs works just like Word, and you don't have to worry about saving, and you don't have to worry about an additional license. It's for free. Sheets works like Excel spreadsheets, and Slides works just like PowerPoint. So as you know this, when you connect here and you're doing and uploading several different products all at once, so you've got a big feed, then you're gonna have to use a actual spreadsheet to do that. And there's a template available to you. You'll see that already laid out in Google Sheets, which works just like Excel. So you can click on Learning More here, and you will see that you can generate a Google spreadsheet from a template. So this template's already set up. You don't have to worry about any mistakes or errors as it connects with your actual feed in your content management system. And you'll see all the information that you can load here. Now, if you do this and connect this with your content management system directly, you may not need to do that, okay? So this is how you can do this step by step. It will walk you through. It will ask you, do you have a Shopify? Do you have WooCommerce? Do you have this? What it can actually bear and is set up for e-commerce. Does that make sense to everybody? All right. If you have a log, if we have to log off early, may we get the recording emailed? Was that only if you've commented here, which you've done in the question box? So only those people that have commented in the question box will get a copy of today's recording and the slides in 24 hours, okay? So now let's show up. Once we get our actual products into Google Merchant Center, this is where it will show up in search and shopping tab, which is different from shopping ads. Some people do a lot of comparison shopping in shopping tab. There's shopping ads, Google Images, and then of course, Google Lens. You'll show up there for free. Now, if you connect your content management system like Shopify, like WooCommerce, all right? So just so you know, that's your website that's built for e-commerce. When you connect those two together, there are certain things that happen automatically now. So while I'm talking about Shopify, I am not selling Shopify. In fact, you can get a 14-day free trial for free. You know, try it out, and then I think it's $9 a month, depending on how many SKUs, how many items you have uploaded. But try it for free, because I'm not saying that this is the one. It is the one that I know, since I operate 26 shops on Shopify. But I'm going to give you some of the best practices here that will apply to any content management system. And that is, first, to connect Shopify, get your Shopify store set up, and then connect it to Google, because Shopify did really ramp up in 2020 when the whole world changed in March. And we know that a lot of people use it, so I make it very user-friendly to somebody who's a new e-commerce store owner. Now, offline retailers, remember what I said, it's not just online only. All of us can benefit from having an online presence and showing up in Google Merchant Center, because now you're meeting your customer where they're at. I'm a big fan of fish where the fish are. It takes a tremendous amount of time, energy, and money to get people to look over here when they're spending time over here. If you can get and match where they already have their eyeballs, then you get to save and get cash flow much faster than you have expenses pile up. So as you get started, one of the things I encourage you to do if you decide to use Shopify or any content management tool, so if you are opening any website or even your current website, if you've not tested the site speed on mobile, I highly encourage you to do that. You can go to this URL, g.co/testmysite, or this URL too, because they are deprecating this one. So this one is sunsetting, but this one will also tell you if your site is mobile friendly or mobile responsive. And this is really important, because if your site takes longer than 4 seconds to load, you'll lose 53%, over half of your traffic. So you could be working your butt off, posting on TikTok, doing Instagram Reels, tweeting, but now people are leaving because it takes too long for your site to show up on mobile. In fact, I highly encourage, if you're an e-commerce site, you need to load in 1.8 seconds or less. And if you're not e-commerce, you're just a regular branding or employer branding website, 1.2 seconds. So the reason I'm showing you this at this particular point, and I actually added this part here because Google doesn't share this till another webinar, but I think it's important as you're starting in any CMS system that you look at how long themes take to load. So I know in Shopify, there are some themes, that's the graphics, the colors, and everything behind it, that take 3.8 seconds to load. 3.8. When in 4 seconds, you'll lose over half of your traffic, 53%, and every second after, you'll lose another 10%. So why would I get a theme that takes 3.8 seconds to load even before I put video and photos and text on there? which will only slow it down more. So do not choose themes that may be gorgeous, but if they're gorgeous and they take too long to load, then nobody's going to see them, right? Does that make sense? It's not doing what it's supposed to do. It needs to help us grow our business. So test your site speed. If you have a current site right now, you can test it here. And as you decide on different templates, test that speed, really know it. Now, once you do that, if you're going to get started with Shopify, remember what I said, you can get a free trial, 14 days, and then after that, I think $9 to get started. I'm not selling them, I'm just telling you that's available to you. You're going to tell them a little bit about yourself, which helps them customize, because they are pulling their artificial intelligence from thousands and more than 1,000, like 10,000 different businesses they do business with. So they're pulling that information to help you be able to be profitable faster. Now you will see, like any Google tool, Shopify is set up the same way. All the navigation happens on the left side. So you can go through this whole tutorial to get yourself started and to optimize how you use Shopify as your store. But you can see you can add your products here, and they can be physical or digital products. So see, it's not just you having an actual product itself. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome, Dan. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a wonderful Google partner here, right? So take a look at all your products here. You can upload those. You can also know in Shopify, like you will with WooCommerce, anything that's e-commerce related, there's inventory tracking in there. There's a lot of function that you need to be able to sell that you don't have to worry to get yourself when you already have a pre-made CMS, content management system, using something like Shopify or WooCommerce. You know, there's just so many of them now, BigCommerce even. But it's important for you to fill this out and really look at your product description. And the reason I say that is you heard me mention that a moment earlier, which is Google's algorithm. Part of that algorithm, the first pillar, is relevancy. How well are you matching what somebody's searching for? So if you have ground allspice berries, but people just call it the berries of allspice, so they use it a little bit differently, then you're not going to show up, because Google is searching for, that Google bot is searching for ground allspice berries. So is that what people actually use? It's important for us to know the words people use and not what industry is telling us, because we're all embedded into our industry and we need to know exactly what customers are searching for. We are not our best customers. So when you're using a CMS, a content management system, you're going to connect to Google. You will see that the opportunity to do that is on the left-hand side where all of the navigation happens, and you'll see sales channel come up when you click on sales channel. Now I will tell you, because I operate 26 different stores, that Google's not the only one to appear. There's a Facebook shop up here, TikTok shop, Instagram, Pinterest. I know all of those show up here, but of course we're with Google right now, showing Google, and we're going to plus that in and connect with Google. When that happens, it will show you the information you're sharing with Google. Once you select and see that information and you add that sales channel, now it'll start connecting. You can connect it to your Google account that you actually connected and created all of your Google tools with. So all of your Google business profile, your Google Merchant Center, your Google Analytics, make sure you're using the same account for that, because we want everything to ping the algorithm that we are for real, because that gives us the best chance to show up high in search. Once you've done that, you are going to need to look at this checklist. This checklist is what the bare minimum is that you need to connect with Google Merchant Center. So it really walks it through here. Where a lot of people get tripped up is in the privacy policy and the address. A lot of people don't put that onto their actual site, and that is important. You can't even open up a TikTok Merchant Center account or creator account or an Instagram shop on Meta without a privacy policy. Those will all be rejected. So now you can start syncing your feed. So it's not just good for Google, it's good for any of the places where people may shop that you want to show up. Once you get that started, you'll see that you can also start a shopping campaign. Remember, that's for paid, so I don't want to promote that right now. That's for later, after we use all the free stuff. You might want to put your target market and your shipping settings there to give people a better idea and make it easy for them to buy from you. And now you're going to connect Google Ads if you want and set your budget. But again, that's at the very end, after you've exhausted all that you can do organically. The hard part here is getting started. Remember, knowledge is not powerful until it is applied. So we can't just know these great factoids. We need to go apply it, or else we're not going to get the benefit from it. So additional resources that I'm going to share with you is, if you opened a store recently, so within the last couple of years, and you've not checked out if it is being seen by the search engine as well as it could, then you could use this free site, which is g.com/cultivate. g.co/grow my site. If you will go to this URL and put in your actual website address and get started, it will show you what you're doing well and what you need to improve upon. And maybe it's your site speed. If it takes 3 seconds for your site to load on a mobile device, and you are a branding, let's say a branding site where you really want to elevate what your expertise is and showcase that, so it's not heavily rich with SKUs or with product in there, and it takes you more than 1.2 seconds, you're going to need to do some work. But what's nice is it'll let you know what's slowing you down. It'll give you a report on how to fix that, and that's all 100% for free. So this is a great way for you to know whether or not your site is performing even as good as it needs to for the search engine to show you up in results. If you are looking to do business elsewhere, this is one of my favorite tools to use, and it's g.co/market finder. You can use this 100% for free. In fact, that's how, when I first started out in Shopify, I had 2 Shopify stores that served the United States. And then I went ahead and used Market Finder, because this has been around for a while, but a lot of people don't know how to use it. In fact, let me know if you've ever seen this before. If this is new to you, put the number 1 there. Is there a standard privacy policy that we could use on our site? Yes, Jody, there is. In fact, if you're in a Google account, let me bring up a free Gmail account real quick, because I'll show you where you can find that, because you have it available for free, or you can just Google it. But let me bring this up because I want to show it to you. It's better if I can give you an actual physical look at it. I'm just logging into my trainer demo account. Okay, give me just a moment, and I will show you. Make this bigger because I'm broadcasting. All right, so when you're in your free Gmail account, go up here to the app keypad. That's all the free apps and tools you have through your free Google account. If you will go to Google Docs, it opens up a new window. Let me make that bigger because it always comes in small. And it'll show you the template gallery right here. And if you'll look down here, Jody, you can see there is a template for a, where is it? There's, maybe I passed it. All right, privacy policy right there. See that? Privacy policy. It's for free within your Google Docs, okay? Is there a way to print out everything Google has to offer? I'm the type of person that needs it on paper. No worries. If you need it on paper, here's what you can do. And you'll actually see a slide that has all of that. But if you want to see it really, really quick, Krista, you're very welcome, Jody. I'm happy to help. Go up to that keypad right here. When you're in your Google, so let's say you don't want a Gmail account, but you have a free Google account. So I'm sorry, I did the wrong thing. Manage your Google account. Okay, so let's say you're here. You see how that app keypad, even if you don't have a Gmail account, if you want to have your own email account, you don't want Gmail, click here. And then Krista, go here to more for Google. It'll bring up a whole new URL, toggle all the way to the bottom, all the way. And look at all those Google products. You click on them and it takes you directly to each of them, okay? So you might want to screenshot this if you want to get just the copy of the URL here and bookmark that, but these are all the free Google tools you have available to you. Kind of cool, right? So you'll see that just within your free Google and Gmail account. So if I could help you find those, yep. Oh, you're very welcome. All right, so we were talking about Market Finder because this really helped us decide the first time that we decided to do international business. We went to Canada first, then the UK, then we went to Australia. This is where you go, g.co/market finder, and use the power of Google to your advantage. So when you do that, you put your website address, your current one, even if you're not doing international business or even national business, because you can decide that it's not just maybe internationally you want to grow, maybe you want to be in other locations here in the US. You can now add your categories, so confirm your business category, because sometimes, like for example, I'm involved with pet supplies and pet litter box and pet food, pet collars. Those are all different categories. So I would add all of those in and then confirm the category. Once you've done that, now you can decide, do you want to expand within the US or expand globally? So you could do that. You're welcome, Terry. I'm glad it was helpful to you. And so once you decide what you'd like to do, and you could do either or both, you could do it 2 different times and do both. Now it will recommend the market. So this is, in this decision, it was actually internationally that it was decided, but you could say in the US, and right away it'll show you, I know our first expansion, it said California, Texas, and New York, which was really good because those are our primary areas where we sell the most business. Our best customers are there. We sell the most products, I should say, are there. So this is nice because you're using the power of Google behind you. Once you complete your profile too, you put all your information in. What's nice is now you'll get a report that tells you, you can look at these 3 markets and research them. So this is showing international, but it does the same thing for national. So instead of being countries here, it could be states that actually come up depending on your category where the most potential is. And now you can see that profile of that country or that state, population size, the age. You get some demographics and psychographics of who could be your potentially best customer there. After that, you get an economic profile to really find out, does this make sense? I mean, one of the things we realized when we expanded out to Canada, because we have a dog product, is that 74% of Canadians actually do annual birthday parties. They have a full-on blown rent-a-place birthday parties for their dogs. So if they're going to spend that kind of money on their dog, then yes, our high-end dog product could do well there, especially since they love to spoil their 4-legged family member. So think about that. Look at the economic profile. It could again be of that country or that state. Remember, there's 2 different divisions here, international and then national. You can also have an opportunity to see what it takes for logistics. This is the deeper dive that actually happens on the international side because you have to deal with customs and warehousing. There's a lot more involved. Local banking, meaning you now have to have a banking in that actual country's actual denomination, their monetary denomination. You can also get a chance to look at their online profile. How active are they online? So how well will your online store do? Because there are some countries that may be great as far as your industry, but they are not connected at all. They have very little access to online, so they may not be great for your online store. Does that make sense? Maybe they don't even have warehousing. One of the things I thought was interesting when we started in Australia was that you know, those commercials that show like people getting, you know, getting poisoned out in the outback, and all of a sudden they get the serum delivered to them by FedEx. Well, that's not true because FedEx does not go everywhere within Australia. They only stay along the major coastline and the major cities, which is hours from the outback. So keep that in mind. They may not have the shipping, or maybe you have a product, like one of the products we had was too big for any of the shipping, even Australian Post or Canadian Post. So we had to redesign the product to come in smaller. So you need to look at that just to see if logistically it makes sense. Now you can look at their purchase behavior, even if they're buying online. Do they buy your stuff online? What are they doing? Can you find them? Are you going to be able to target them? All of this is available through local market or through gc.co/market finder. Is this helpful to you? Let me know in the question box, because I get excited about it, but this is my thing and may not be your thing. Now, if you want to look for local opportunities, so you heard me talk about national, you heard me talk about international, but local, let's say within 35 to 100 miles of your arm's reach where you're at, then you can also use this market finder to help you look for local, right? Because you might want to know, does Garden City do better for me than, let's say, Gardendale? You know, or, you know, what's better? Is it better to go out to Monahan's? What's the better look? So you could look at that here too. All right. All of that is available to you 100% for free. And of course, we do a lot of learning on YouTube. So feel free to take a screenshot of this URL to find Grow with Google. We cover everything that is pertinent that small businesses are asking or searching about, because we kind of have an eye and window into what people are searching about. So take a look at there so you can stay up to date. And of course, if you want to up-level your skill even more and get a certification to do that, you can. In fact, if you are a small business owner with an EIN, you have access to these 100% for free. The tuition is totally covered for you and your team members, but you do have an EIN number. You have to have that, but you get access to this 100% for free until 2023. Though, even if it takes you longer to get it, you want to apply before 2023. Because if you have an EIN number, every business can have up to 500 people go through this, and you are saving the $39 a month it costs for these certifications. Some of these certifications take 6 months. Some people do it in 2 months. It's really at your own pace, but understand that you could save all that cost for you and your team and up-level everybody's skill. So you have to understand, when I started my business, I'm a small home-based business at first is where I started, and I brought in my children, my sons. My 3 sons actually run the business now, but we have a team of 17 in my immediate business, plus let alone my Google career, right? So that's totally different. But just even in here in the team business, all 17 of them are going through and getting their certifications because they can for free because we have an EIN. Does that make sense? You were thinking too small. Wow. Yeah, there you go. Teresa, open up that, just, give you a look and see and search and bookmark this site, google.com/grow, because every amazing Google partner that invited you here today can help you with any of this. They can provide you access and actually ask the Google team directly, just like I can. They can also bring me back if you want me to go in depth about how to do business internationally, design thinking for entrepreneurs, or how to launch your business with customer focused marketing, or just even how to optimize your Google business profile, formerly known as your GMB or Google My Business, okay? So they can bring me back for that. They're the only ones who can ask, are the Google partners. And again, this is your Google partner team, all right? So take a look at these. If any of these people are close to your location, reach out to them. They are vested in your success. They know who are the local people that can reach out to them. And I would hope, that the top two, I'm just going to put a little plug that I can come to see you in person. So I'd love to see you in person. Excuse me, got so excited there. Sorry about that, Kim. Didn't mean to cough in your ear either. Thank you for being so amazing here and asking your questions. I am going to turn off the recording right now, but I'm still